Hey, family. Welcome back to Grace for Me. So, I wanted to pop in and share a thought that I was having. So, when I think about where this whole self discovery journey is leading, it's causing me to have some deep reflection, not only regarding what I know about myself, but also what I know about others and how I process that information internally and ultimately externally, right? Because whatever you process internally will show up in your interactions and your engagement externally. And so today I was reading another one of my devotionals, and this one was regarding asking for discernment. And so the devotional was quoting a verse that said, call to me and I will unveil hidden things to you, things that you didn't know, and things you didn't discern, and things you didn't understand. And it asks a question: how many times have you thought you knew, thought you understood, thought you had the right perspective or outlook, only to find you were mistaken? Now, to be clear, as I answered that question, I had to be honest. And the honest response was lots of times, right? And I consider myself a good discerner, right? I believe that I do have good discernment, and I believe that God helps me with that. But I have made lots of mistakes. I have thought one thing when in fact it was actually something altogether different. And I think we all have, right? So the devotional challenged us and said, right now, put this devotional down and get your journal and be honest. What is that thing you actually are asking God to help you see, to open your eyes? Now, if I am honest, the idea of doing that was terrifying, because I think in my past, I have not wanted to see certain things. And that that idea of not wanting to know, I think is something that happens especially to women. I think we often do that because different reasons, right? We may not want to see red flags in a relationship. We may not want to see we're not showing up as our best selves. And so we don't ask for God to open our eyes, because once you see it, now you're obligated to act upon what you actually do see. The truth, right? You shall know the truth. I talked about that a little while ago, and the truth will set you free, right? So I got past my fear, and I actually wrote down what I wanted God to open my eyes about. And after I wrote it down, I was very specific. I wrote it down, and then I went on about my business. Well, not long after that, maybe a few hours, I was confronted with the reality that God was already starting to answer that prayer. So he was already manifesting some preliminary information, right? Opening my eyes. And my initial response to that was, oh, snap. Am I really ready to see? And I had to answer that question. And I had to be honest. And the reality was maybe. And so, what I am bringing to this vlog in this moment is, God, I really do want to see. And I think answering that prayer for me will bring a level of accountability and authenticity that maybe I am still not showing up with yet. So I am going to allow God to open my eyes regarding this thing that I have asked Him to give me discernment about. And I have full intention of governing myself accordingly. Whatever that is, however that plays out, right? I'm not going to be afraid to see. Now, I completely understand. I'm only talking about me. I'm not talking about you. But I am curious. What are you afraid to see? What are you apprehensive about asking God to open your eyes about? Do you feel more safe hidden? Do you feel more justified not knowing? I'm just going to let that percolate for a while. But I do invite you into the light. I do invite you into this season with me where we are bravely and with courage coming out of hiding. And we are asking God to not only reveal things about us, but also reveal things that we need to know about those that we are in relationship with, or in partnership with, or in business with, whatever the case may be. I am challenging you or inviting you to say, God, open my eyes. Let me see. And then once He does, because He will do it, as I told you, He started working immediately. Once we begin to see that, let's not be afraid to look. Let's not be afraid to lean in and govern yourselves accordingly, right? Whatever that looks like, because we know that God is always with us. He is always our provider. He will always make a way, even when it seems there is no way. And so we are going to be fine as we walk out, seeing what we may not have wanted to see. I'll see you next time on Grace for Me.